I'm Elizabeth Vargas, and this is iCrime. A shocking attack on a rideshare driver is caught on dash cam in Palm Coast, Florida, and the video of the assault was key in getting justice for the victim.
I really like your how well you sealed up the roof of your car, dude.
One of the passengers, Travis Smith, begins asking Aksazer about his plastic partition that he's erected to protect him from COVID-19.
So, you got this off Amazon and put this across here? Yes.
Smith continues questioning him. Seated next to him are his friend Andrew Castle and Castle's 7-year-old son.
The last three people that I had in the back seat look just like this.
Suddenly, the conversation shifts.
So I think you're a liar. How'd you get this?
As Smith calls Aksazer a liar, Castle opens the rear passenger door, which turns on the overhead light.
Now you put a light on. Now you put a light on. What light on? Did you open the door, man? Me? No. Nobody's open the door.
When Aksazer slows at a stoplight, Smith suddenly rips the partition down and attacks him. Smith hits Aksazer until he's able to escape. When deputies arrive on the scene, Smith is on top of Aksazer, punching him, and has to be threatened with a taser to stop. Gayani DeSilva is a child and adolescent psychiatrist. In this case, the Lyft driver said he picked up these two men and took them on this ride home because they had a child with them. He knew they were drunk. He'd already heard them on the phone be abusive, but he took the ride anyway because of that child. Obviously, he was concerned about this child's well-being from the start.
This Lyft driver picked up a couple of people who had a child because it seemed like he was worried about this child's safety, even though these gentlemen were rude to him and disrespectful to him in a prior encounter. What he could have done instead of compromising his self-care and his boundaries is that he could have called the police to do a well child check. And the police could have gone and made sure that the child was taken care of if he was really worried about his safety in the company of these gentlemen.
The two passengers had the child endangerment charges against them dropped. We see all sorts of bad behavior from these two male passengers. Do you think that's a correct call?
I'm not sure about the legal implications of dropping a child endangerment charge in particular. However, this child was in pretty much a devastating and scary situation with these two gentlemen behaving so poorly and so dangerously. And that is going to have an effect on a child. Even though he wasn't in physical harm's way during the video, it didn't seem like he was physically in danger. However, it could have escalated to that. And I would imagine that he would have been scared seeing his supervisors behaving in such an aggressive way. So I would expect that he's going to have some sort of stress reaction. Even if he wasn't endangered physically, he definitely emotionally was in danger.
What is the impact psychologically on children when they witness their adult caretakers, in this case his father's friend, engaging in physical violence?
Whenever a child witnesses their caregivers engaging in violence or aggression, it is a threat to their own sense of safety. So it is a traumatic event, and trauma on any child in any circumstance has a lasting impact. It actually does impact their brain development. It can actually stop their brain development, or at least impede it, slow it down, and change it. So without some intervention to resolve that scared feeling or that fear of the sanctity of their own life in that moment, there will be some impact.
Travis Smith was charged with battery for the assault and felony burglary for ripping down the plastic partition. In court, Smith said he attacked the driver because he wanted him to stop the car so he could get out because he was in fear for his safety. But the jury saw the video of the entire ride and came back with a guilty verdict of battery. Smith is awaiting being sentenced and faces up to a year in jail. Nahit Aksezar no longer drives for Lyft.